My beloved child, before this message begins, pause for 1 second and type, "Jesus is my light" in the comments. And if your heart believes God is speaking to you today, like this video and subscribe right now, because someone needs this message tonight. There are people listening to this right now, smiling on the outside, but silently breaking inside. You trusted someone. You prayed for someone. You gave your heart with honesty, only to be left confused, ignored, or wounded. But hear me clearly, beloved. Not every voice that comforts you was sent by heaven, and not every connection that feels good is meant to stay in your life. The enemy does not always arrive with darkness. Sometimes he comes disguised as comfort, disguised as attention, disguised as love. That's why Jesus said, "My sheep hear my voice." Because in this generation full of noise, fake love, and empty promises, discernment is survival. If you're still listening, like this video and subscribe, because God may be protecting your spirit through this message today. My child, let's talk about recognizing things that distract your peace. Some people entered your life only to distract your peace. At first, they felt like an answered prayer, but slowly your joy disappeared. Your prayers became weaker, your mind became restless, and your spirit felt heavy. That was not an accident. God is exposing what was secretly draining your soul. Understand the protection hidden in your losses and closed doors. Sometimes the breakup was protection. Sometimes the unanswered text was mercy. Sometimes the closed door was heaven, saving you from years of pain. And tonight, Jesus wants you to stop blaming yourself. You are not weak because you loved deeply. You are not foolish because you trusted someone. Your heart is precious, but even a beautiful garden needs a gate. So stop giving unlimited access to people who never valued your peace. If this message speaks to your heart, subscribe right now and comment, "God is guiding me." Your faith today may inspire someone else to keep going. Beloved child, let's distinguish between true love and emotional manipulation. There are people who know exactly how to touch your emotions, but have no intention of protecting your soul. They know the right words. They know how to make you feel seen. But after every conversation, you feel emptier instead of stronger. That is why discernment matters more than feelings, because feelings can lie. Emotions can change overnight, but the voice of Jesus brings peace, clarity, and light. Listen carefully. What comes from God will never force you to lose yourself to keep it. Real love will not destroy your mental peace. Real love will not make you beg for basic respect. Real love will bring you closer to God, not farther away. Before the next part, take 1 second to like this video and subscribe. Every subscribe helps spread God's message to people who feel lost tonight. Now let's look at why God removes people. My beloved child, you keep asking, why did they leave? But heaven is asking you, why are you still chasing what I removed? Sometimes God removes people quietly because he sees what you cannot see yet. The betrayal you cried over, the relationship that collapsed, it may have felt like destruction, but later you will realize it was deliverance. So stop mourning doors that God himself closed. You were not rejected, you were redirected. The next season of your life requires peace, wisdom, and spiritual eyes to recognize fake love. That's why Jesus is teaching you discernment right now, to protect the peace God placed inside you. God is saying, "My child, stop settling for temporary comfort when I created you for holy peace." The people meant for your life will not pull you away from God. What comes from heaven carries peace. And tonight, Jesus wants you to rest. Stop overthinking. Stop chasing. God is already making a way for you. The pain was real, but so is your healing. And from this day forward, you will no longer ignore God's voice just to keep someone who was never meant to stay, because your shepherd still leads you, and his voice will always guide you back to peace.